Hi everybody, hope you are doing well. In this video, I will teach you everything about Google Doc from scratch from zero to a professional level. You may ask yourself why I need to study Google Doc while I have Microsoft Word. Because Google Doc has many advantages over the Microsoft Word, especially if you are a teamwork and you are working on the same document. Google Doc will allow you to share the same document, allow you to track changes of our colleagues, and many other options that we will see today. As I mentioned, I will start from scratch. You don't need to have any previous knowledge. Google provides a set of applications that are available as mobile apps, but they are also available on the web. Here I will use the web apps from Google. Just open the Google or the Google Chrome, and here beside the icon of your Gmail, you will see the button for Google Apps. Here you can see many applications that are provided by Google, like the Google Sheets with Google Doc and Google Slides, and many other options that are very important, especially if you have a shared document. Let's go to Google Docs. This is the welcome screen or the first interface you will meet once you click Docs from the Google applications. And from here, you have two options. One is to create a new document or to open a recently opened document. From the top part, you can start a new document, whether it is blank or template. Google Doc provide professional templates for resume, for example, letters, and many others. If you need to see more templates, you can go to the template gallery and you will see more and more templates. Down below, if you have previously created a Google Doc, you will see it in the recent document. I will start with blank document. If you have some knowledge about Microsoft Word, you can see it's very similar to Microsoft Word, but there are many differences. At the top here, the title of the current document. It's untitled. If you need to write a name for the document, a title for the document, you just edit this title and then press enter from the keyboard. One advantage of the Google Doc, it automatically saves your changes. Here we have menu bar. It contains many menus. Every menu is certain command that is related to the menu. So consider a menu as a classification, as a category, and inside it, many options that is related to this menu. So from the menu name, I can expect what will be inside this menu. Below the menu bar, we have some tools. This is called tools. All of this bar is called toolbar because it has many tools inside it. In this pane, you can see the titles in your document, so it will be easy to navigate from here. You can hide this part by clicking here, and you can show it again by clicking here. Here also you have different options if you need some templates or some guidance for your document. If you need to create a specific template, you need to write meeting note, whatever you need. If you don't, you can just type your own document. Here we have a page that is similar to Microsoft Word with the horizontal ruler and vertical ruler. The rulers are very important to adjust the margins and the indentation of different paragraphs. The typing will start at the cursor. I wrote this sentence. If you need to format your text, just select the text that you need to format. And from here, we have several format options. This is the style of the text. If you need to set it as normal text or title, heading, and you have different levels of heading, like heading 1, heading 2, and so on. And every one of these is a standalone style. When you choose a style, it means that it will apply some themes to your text, like the color, the font type, the font size, and many others. From here, you can choose the font type. Several font types here. You can choose the font type that you need. From here, you can choose the font size. You can increase or decrease the font. Also, these two buttons, this allow you to decrease the font. Every click will decrease the font with a point. And here, every click will increase the font with a point. And you can see the change here. Bold will make your text bold. Italic will angle your text, make it italic. Underline will add a line below your text. These three tools are toggle buttons, which means it can be switched on or off. Now they are on because I have chosen all of them. If I need to stop them, just click on the tools that you need to stop. Now I need to remove the bold. Now the bold is off. I need to remove the italic. and I need to remove the underline. One click means on, the other click means off. From here, I can change the text color, the color of your text. Here we have many colors. And this is the highlighter color if you need to highlight some text. And here we have many highlighter colors. You can choose any highlighter color. This is the alignment. If you need to align and indent your text, by default, the text will be left aligned. If you need to center your text, click center. We also have a right alignment if you need to right align your text. Left, center, right. And justify. Justify will align the text from both sides, from the right and from the left. You can see its effect if you have a paragraph. So you can see your text is aligned from both sides. The same options can be found in format. From format text, I can see all the text formatting, like bold, italic, underline, that we already have done from here. They are the same. From paragraph styles, we can choose the style of the text, whether it is normal text, title, or heading. As we have just seen in the toolbar, align and indent if you need to align your text left, center, right, and justified. Now I will open a ready-made file so we can apply more tools. To open an existing file, from File, Open, and here we have many options. You can open a file from the recent files. Here you can see the recent files if you have recent files. From my drive, if there is a document that is uploaded to my drive, or a document that is shared with me. If you are working on a shared document with the other persons, you can find the shared document with you here. If you start a document, you can see the start document here. But if you have a document which is on your computer, here you will see the document that is on your computer and uploaded it previously. If you need to upload a document from your PC, upload, and then you can browse to locate your document. I will go to the recent document because the document that I need here, and I will just click it. This is example one for our work, and open. This is a previously created document. I want to change the alignment for this paragraph. In general, Google Docs knows that there is a new paragraph when you press enter. Once you press enter, it means this is the end of the previous paragraph and the beginning of a new paragraph. So enter ends a paragraph and starts a new one. The space ends the word. Word ends by space. If you need to apply formatting on one paragraph, you just need to click inside it or select it. If you need to apply the same formatting on more than one paragraph, you must select them all. We have other formatting options. For example, changing the case. Sometimes you may write a long document and you realize at the end you were typing with the wrong case. The spelling is correct, everything is correct, but the case is different. Shall you delete everything and start over? That's not good because that was time consuming and effort consuming. For that, Docs provide a tool to change the case, just the case of the text. I need to change the case of this text. That's why I selected only this text. And from format, text, capitalization, you have three cases. Lowercase will change all the letters into small letters into lowercase. Uppercase will capitalize all the letters. Title case, the first letter of every word is capitalized. Let's try lowercase. All the letters are now lowercase. Again, from format text, capitalization, uppercase, all the letters are capital. Format text, capitalization, title case will capitalize the first letter in each word. We have several formats that is specific for a paragraph as a whole unit, like the alignment, for example. The alignment is alignment of the paragraph or many paragraphs. The borders and shading. We have an option to add a border and shading for the paragraph. Also, we have an option to adjust the indentation and the spacing of the paragraph. If I need to work with paragraph options on one paragraph, just place the cursor inside the paragraph or select it. Both will be the same. If you need to add the effects on many paragraphs, you will need to select them all. Now I need to work on this first paragraph. I need to add a shading and a border for this paragraph. This is a kind of formatting, so I will find it in the format, paragraph, styles, borders, and shading. You know, the border is like a box, has 4 edges. You may need to add one or more of these edges, or you need to add them all. Here you have a button for every edge if you need to select to add edges, if you don't need to add the whole boxed paragraph. If you need to add the box paragraph, you can select the 4 sides. You can choose the border dash if you need the border to be dotted, straight line, or dashes. I will choose dotted. Here the border width, if you need to increase or decrease the width of the line of the border. The color, choose any border color. The background color if you need to add a shading, a background color to the text. I will choose this background color. This is padding. If you need to adjust paragraph padding, you have several sizes. You can choose 0 if you don't need to see padding of your paragraph. You can increase the padding or decrease it from here. Apply. As you can see, here is the border, dotted blue borders, and shading, which is the background color. Let's go back from format, paragraph style, borders, and shading. I need to add a straight line border. I want to apply the border from top and bottom. I need to change the color of the border to black and the color of the shading to a gray color. And here we go, the paragraph indentation. The paragraph may have a first line indentation, a hanging indentation, or left and right indentation. Consider these are different paragraph indentations. This paragraph is aligned from the left. This is indented from the left. You can take this paragraph a little bit inside or a little bit outside with all its line. This is left indent. You can also indent it from the right, from the end of the paragraph, to take it a little bit inside or outside. Indentation means add spacing, more blank spacing before and after the paragraph, from the right and the left of the paragraph. We have a special type of indentation. The first line has a more indentation, more spacing than the other lines. Other type of spacing is called the hanging indent. In this type of spacing or indentation, the first line in its position, but the other lines under the first line are indented, have more spacing than the first line. How can we do that in the document? We have 2 ways to do that, an easier and faster way and a bit longer way. We just place our cursor inside the paragraph or select the paragraph. If we need to do that, the same options in many paragraphs, we need to select them all. The faster and shorter way is from the ruler. Can you see the ruler? Here, this mark, this is the beginning of paragraph, and this mark, this is the end of the paragraph. This mark is divided into 2 parts. If you point to the upper part, the upper rectangle, it will indent the first line. Let's try. Can you see? I move it easily to here, and now I have first line indent. I can take it back if I want to remove the first line indent. This will move the left side of the paragraph. So this is a left indent. This will allow me to add a right indent. You can increase the indentation, increase the spacing, or decrease the spacing. This is the short and easier way. We can do the same from format, align and indent, indentation options. This is indentation from the left and this is from the right. Left indent is to align the paragraph from the left, right to indent from the right. Special indent allows you to set first line indentation or hanging indentation. First line to align the first line, and here the value of the spacing. For example, 0.1. Apply. You can increase or decrease indentation again from format, align and paragraph, align and indent, indentation option. I will choose hanging indent and I will set it to 1. hanging indent. The first line in its position, and the other lines are hanging on the first line. That's why it is called hanging indent. This is horizontal indentation. I'm indenting the paragraph from the left or from the. What about the vertical indentation, vertical spacing? The spacing between the different lines of the paragraph and the spacing between the paragraph and the previous or the next paragraph. This is called spacing, vertical spacing. From format, line and paragraph spacing, these options allows you to adjust the spacing between the lines of the paragraph of the selected paragraph or paragraphs if you select more than one. Single, this is a default option. The spacing between lines of the same paragraph has single line spacing. You can increase it to 1.15 or 1.5 format, line and paragraph spacing. You can add double line indentation if you need to double the spacing between the line. For the space between the paragraph and the previous or the paragraph and the next paragraph, we have these two options. Add spacing before paragraph will add a space before this paragraph, which means an extra space between this paragraph and the previous paragraph. Add a space after paragraph will add a space this paragraph and the next paragraph. But as you can see, it's a now remove space. Simply these two options, when you choose add, it will be changed into remove. And when you choose remove, it will be changed into add. If I choose to add space before paragraph, now I have extra spacing above the paragraph. And if I go back, line and paragraph spacing, it's now converted into remove because now you have added a space. The next option is to remove the space if you don't need it. Adding a bulleted and numbering list is very easy in Google Docs, and it is very similar to that of Word. You may need to add a numbered or bulleted list to a list that's already written before or a new list. If the list is written already before like this, you can simply select the list, and from here we have two options, bulleted list and numbering list. In bulleted list, if you need to change the bullet style, you can go back from this drop down and choose another numbering style. If you place your cursor at the end of any bulleted or numbering list and press enter, you will get the next bullet or number. If you need to end the list, you can simply backspace or you can stop it from here. If you don't have the list written before, you can start creating a bulleted or numbering list from scratch. Just place your cursor at the beginning of the line where you want to start the bulleted or numbering list and choose whether you need to add bullets or numbering. This time I will choose numbering list, and now you get the number of the first item in the list. After writing the first item, pressing enter will take you to the next item. And with every enter, you will get the next number in list or the next bullets in list. If you need to stop it, use the same options we did from a while. If you need to create a multi-leveled numbering or bulleted list, for example, under the first number system, I need to write two subpoints like Windows, Linux, for example. But when I press enter, I will get number 2, which is the same level. I need to go one level down in numbering list, and in this case, I need to demote the numbering level or the bullet level. The same technique is used for both, whether it is numbering or bulleted list. Before writing anything, I just pressed enter and I didn't write anything. You can press tab from the keyboard to demote the numbering or bullet list by one level. Every tab will demote more. Shift tab will promote the numbering list. This is level 1, tab level 2, another tab level 3, another tab level 4, and so on. Shift tab from 4 to 3, shift tab again from 3 to 2, and so on. I need to write in level 2. If I press enter now, I will get the next item in level 2. If I need to go down another one level more, I will press tab. If I need to go up one level, I will press shift tab. Remember, I don't write anything while demoting. I just press enter and once I get the number or the bullet, I press tab or shift tab according to what I need to do. Here to under office, I need to demote one level. And you can stop numbering by clicking back on the numbering list. You can do the same for the bullet. Place your cursor at the end of any bullet list, then enter. If you need to demote, press tab. If you need to promote, shift tab. If you go to format menu, you will see an option for adding bullets and numbering list to create columns like what you see in the newspaper. Select the text that you need to split into columns. From format, columns, you can split it into 2 or 3 columns. Let's choose 2. Now the text is split into 2 columns. If I need to turn it into only 1 column, format, columns, 1 column. Headers and footers. A header is a space in the top margin of the page that is repeated over every page the same way, while footer is a space in the bottom margin of the page that can be repeated over every page, which means anything that I will write in the header will be repeated over all pages and the same position at the top of the page, and anything I will add in the footer will be repeated over the footers of other pages if I have many pages. Just double click on the top part. Now the header is active, and anything you will write here will be applied as a header for all other pages. Will be in the same position in every page. Also from format, headers and footer will allow you to add header and footer. Inside the header and footer, we can add text. We can insert a logo if I need to add a logo, or I can add a page number or date and time. For example, if I need to add a page number in the header or footer, from format, page numbers, apply to will allow you to apply the header and footer, whether on the whole document, in this section only, or in this section forward. For example, you have some introductory pages and you don't need to number these pages, so they will be inside a section, and you will need to number from the page that is after the introductory pages, move to this page, and from page number you can choose this section forward, which means the page numbers will start from the current page and on, and won't add page numbers to the previous pages. Whole document will apply page numbers to whole document, to all pages in the document. This section, now we are in section 1, so the numbering will be in this section only, and we will not have numbering in the next sections if exist. Let's apply on whole document. Position means where you want to add numbering. You may need to add page numbers at the top of every page or at the bottom. If you need to add at the bottom, choose footer. If you need to add at the top, choose header. I need to add it at the bottom. And then to allow page number to be added in the first page or not. The first page is a title page and I don't show any page number on it. In this case, I will untick the show on first page. If I need to show the number on the first page also, I will activate it. Start at, if you need to start numbering from a specific number. As I mentioned from a while, if you have introductory pages, like 3 pages as introduction, and you start from page 4, you need to start numbering from page 4 to show the number from page 4. But now from this page, you need to show page number 4, not page number 1. In this case, you can start at 4. So the first page contains number will have number 4. We will not have number 1, 2, 3. Or if you need every section to have its own page numbers, for example, the first section from 1 to 10, you need next section in the same document to start over from page 1. Here you can choose to start at page 1. Continue from previous section. This is used if you have sections, many sections, and need to continue numbering from the previous section. For example, the active page is in section 2, while in section 1, the last page number is 10. Continue from previous section. We'll start section 2 with page number 11. We'll continue from previous section. I choose to start at number 4. This is at the bottom of the page. The first page has page number 4. And the next page is 5, 6, and so on. And you can notice that the page number is in the same position in every page. From options, You can choose footer format, page number format, or to remove footer. Page number will open the same prompt. Footer format will allow you to make some format for the footer, the margins for header and footer. The margins mean for the header, the distance from the edge of the page to the header. While here in footer, the distance from the bottom margin of the page to the footer. You may need to decrease or increase this in some cases. Different first page means the header and footer for the first page will be different from other pages. Different odd and even will allow you to add a header and footer for odd pages that are different from headers and footer in even pages. You can choose both to have different first page and the remaining page you may have different odd and even pages. In Google Doc, we can show our document in a page format where you can see the edges of the page or in a pageless format. From format, you can switch to pageless format. Switch to pageless and the document will appear like this without the edges of the pages. Format, switch to page format to take you back to the page format. In Google Docs, it is also possible to insert several objects like images, charts, table. If you need to insert an image, place the cursor where you want to insert the image and from insert image, upload from computer if you have your image saved on your computer, and in this case, you will get the browser to locate the image that you need to insert. You can also search the web for photos. I'm going to search for hardware. Once you get the photo that you need, just click it and insert. You can select many images at a time. Insert will be inserted here. Click the photo. You will get these tiny squares around the photo. These are used to resize the image. Once you add the image and select it, we have here some options for the image. Image options, size and rotation, to adjust the height and the width of the image in inches or in scale. You can also rotate the image. And there is text wrapping to wrap the image with the text. In line with text, the default will treat the photo as a part of the text. So it is hardly moved. If you try to move it, will be hard to move. Wrap text will allow the photo to be surrounded by the text. Break text, that will allow the text to be at the top and bottom of the image. No text beside the image. Behind text will send the image behind the text. In front of text, the text will be covered by the image and the image will be above the text. Let's make it wrap. If you scroll down, you will find recolor. To recolor the photo, you have several options. And you may need to add some adjustments like opacity, brightness, and contrast. Crop image. This is used to crop the image. And here we get the cropping marks that allow you to crop the image from any side. Now the image is cropped. If you don't need the image anymore, just click it and delete from the keyboard. To insert a table, this is the position where I want my table. From insert table, move over the cells to decide how many rows and the columns will be in your table. I need a 3x3 table. If you look here, bottom, you can see how many rows and how many columns. Start typing. To move to the next cell in the table, press Tab. Shift Tab will take you to the previous cell. You can fill in your table with any data that you need. When you come to the last cell in the table and press Tab, you will get a new row. Click and drag to select the table or part of the table. You can use the normal text format to format the text within the table. If you move over any row, you can see this plus icon will allow you to add a row. The vertical one, this will allow you to add a column. If you place your cursor on any of the separating lines between columns or rows, the cursor will be changed into this two-pointed arrow shape. This is for resizing. Same here, I can resize the row. You can select, and from Format Table will allow you to format the table. Distribute rows will adjust all rows to have the same height. Distribute columns will adjust all columns to have the same width. If I need to merge cells, two or more cells, merge means that you will convert two or more cells into one cell. Select the cells that you need to merge, and from Format Table, merge cells. If you need to remove a column, place your cursor in any cell in the column, and from Format Table, delete column will delete the column containing the cursor, while delete row will delete the row containing the cursor. Delete table will delete the whole table. I will delete the column, and now the column is removed. If you place your cursor anywhere in the table, from Format Table, Insert options will allow you to insert a row or column. But whether you need to add a row above the current row or below the current row, or column to the left of the current column or to the right of the current column. I will add a row above. Now I have row above. I will remove this table from Format Table, Delete Table. You can also insert a chart. From Insert Chart, here we have many chart types, or you can get the chart from Sheets, from Google Sheets. For example, I need column chart. Click the chart. You can resize the chart, the same as we did with the photo, with the image. If you need to see the source data of this chart, click Open Source Data. It will take you to Google Sheets, and you can edit anything. I have edited the labels, and they are already edited in the chart. As you can see, the legend has been edited, and the labels on the chart are edited as well. You can edit the numbers, and this will be reflected in the chart here in the sheet, and you go back. And to get the updates here, click the chart and click Update to update the data that we edited inside the Google Sheets. Now we come to the most important options in Google Docs. The mode of view. You can choose the mode to view your document, especially if you are sharing your document. For example, you have a document from your colleagues, from your teamwork, or from your own, and you need to add comments or suggestion for edits. And that actually happened, especially in the teamwork who are working on the same document and sharing the same document. Now we are in the editing mode. The normal mode or the default mode is the editing mode. What is the editing mode? Is the mode where any edits will be applied directly inside the document. You can see every edit inside your document, as all the edits and everything that we add happen inside the document. If you need to change the mode from view mode, editing, the current mode, suggesting, any edit will be converted into a suggestion. For example, you are the team leader, and one of your team members made some edits in the document, and it's your time to revise it. While revising, you can add some suggestion. Your member later will see these suggestions, and he can accept or decline these suggestions. Viewing, this the final mode where you can only view, or you can read or print the final version of the document. Let's go to the suggesting mode. You can see here the mode now is suggesting mode. For example, I will edit something here. Now it's lined with the green line above and below. And here you can see the member who is suggesting and suggestion to add these letters. Once I get out, you will see the suggestion in green color. As you go over the document and you make many edits, all the edits will be recorded by time along with the name of the member who is suggesting. this is a suggestion to delete, and every suggestion will be recorded here. If you have a comment on any part of the document, you can select this part, or you can just place your cursor in this part, and from insert, comment. Now you can add any comment, and then hit comment. The comments will be also displayed to show or hide all the comments of this document. From view, comments, hide comments will hide all the comments. Minimize comments will minimize it. So it will look like this, like an icon. And once you hover over this icon, you will see the comment. View, comment, expand comments will expand it again. Show all comments will show all the comments. And that will help you if you are a team member and you get the document back after revision from the supervisor. You can show all comments, and this will allow you to see all the comments on your document, and then you can resolve the issue of the comment. For example, this require elaboration. After elaboration, you can hit the true mark, which means that the comment has been, or the issue has been resolved. From here, you can see several options like edit, delete, or resolve. Or you can, once you click, you can also reply to the comment. If you see, for example, you need to reply to this comment with any reply, you can reply and hit reply. I will mark it as resolved. Now I get the state marked as resolved. That will allow me to know which issues I have already resolved and which issues I need to review again. And all the resolved issues will go down under resolved. I have a suggestion here. If I click it, it will take me to the position of this suggestion. I can accept or reject the suggestion. If I choose to reject, I will keep the original text without any edit. Here also, I can accept this suggestion. Working on all comments. Imagine that you are 5 members are working on the same document with the same leader, and the team leader has distributed some comments on the document. Here I can see all the comments for all the members. For me, for you, here you can see the comments that are only for you. Once you finish, you can close the comments section. You can go back to the editing mode if you have with suggesting mode. If I want to share the document with other persons, from file, share with others. And here I can add the people or groups that I want to share my work with. I write the email here, and yourself will be the owner. Here's the general access. You can grant general access, full access to anyone with the link if you want to share a link. And then you can copy the link. When you share the link with anyone, he will be able to go into your document and edit your document. Here you can grant permission. After providing general access, you can also grant permissions or roles on this document. Like you grant viewer, like just a viewing, commenter, a person who can comment, or editor. So the person that you will share the link with can edit your document. Once you decide the rule, you can copy the link and share the link. When you finish, just to hit done. From file also, you can email this document, email this file to someone else. So you can add an email here, and this is subject. You can type a message, and the file type will be PDF, or you can choose any other format. As we worked in the document, we have a lot of histories. Google Doc save a lot of versions of this document. How can I see the versions? From file, version history. You can name the current version, the last edited version with the last edits, or you can see all versions, version history. Once you choose version history, you can see here all the history of this document and what happened and who has done this. We have here selected highlighted change, so every change will be highlighted. As you can see, every change will be highlighted. You can see from here the name version if you already added a name to the versions. Go back from here. If you need to download the document to your PC, from file, download, and you can choose what version to download this file. If you want to get rid of a document, from file, move to trash. and this will move the document to trash. That's all, guys. If you have any question, write it down in the comments down below. Thank you.